You know it's super fly when Day Bar is opened. Hip-hop review, news, plus breaking new artists, pop culture, current events with an urban view of it. This is all things hip-hop, delivered raw, unpolitically correct, the fans' perspective, putting all artists in check. Dope content, current hot by remarkable men. Our thoughts, clearly. Welcome to Audio Theory.
Yo, welcome back to the Audio Theory podcast. If you're new to the channel, please hit subscribe as well as the like button. Before we introduce our special guest, what's good, Danny? How you been?
I'm doing well, man. Super excited for this episode. It's going to be the third interview we do on the interview series. So if you guys are enjoying it, if you guys got someone you want us to interview, just hit us up on the comment section, and we'll be more than happy to reach out to that artist and see if we can get them on. But Blair, let the people know who we have tonight.
Yes, sir. We have Angelo Carreiro. I actually was introduced to him through a buddy of mine from way back who I actually met over the internet due to my music making. And his name's Cole, aka Boa. But he introduced me to Angelo, heard his music, was incredibly impressed. So we decided to have him on. So welcome, man. Really appreciate you joining. It's an honor.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
And
Go ahead.
No, sorry, go.
No, you go.
I know, I was going to say, you are from Canada, correct?
Yeah, so I was born in Toronto, and then I moved to Barrie. And then after high school, I kind of moved back and forth from Barrie and Mississauga.
Dope.
Yeah.
So are you still in Canada right now, or you've been bouncing around during all this time?
No, so pretty much in the winters I'm in Barrie, and then in the summer I do like construction out in Mississauga and stuff. This is like my first year not doing that, so.
How's that been? Has it given you more time for music, or has it kind of been like a weird time for you?
No, honestly, yeah, it did give me a lot of time for music. I found it almost gave me too much time, where I was starting to force out music, you know what I mean? And then I think that's kind of what the Throwaway Files kind of came together. You know, I was like, I need to get something out for like the people that do listen to me a lot, get something out for them, and then kind of experience life before I come back into like making music again. So pretty much that was kind of like my goodbye before my hiatus I'm gonna take.
Got it.
Dope.
Love it.
Yeah, work on more producing type of stuff, push that a little more than the artist side of things.
Cool. Yeah, so we'll get into like exactly how many hats you wear, because it seems like you do everything.
A lot.
Yeah, for sure. But we all a little thing where we kind of like crazy questions, not music related whatsoever, just to kind of like, you know, ease their nerves across the board. So one common question we like to ask, Jay-Z or Nas for you?
I listened to more Jay-Z than I did Nas, so I'll definitely have to say Jay-Z on that one. Yeah. All
right, that's a good answer. I think I'll lean that way as well.
I mean, Nas is Nas, right? Like, you can't take that away from him, but I was on the Jay-Z side of that. For sure.
When Ether came out, was it hard for you to listen to that because it was a better diss track and like he was killing Jay-Z, or was it like?
Honestly, I'm gonna get a slap for this, but I don't even think I've heard it.
What?
Ether.
Yeah.
That would be dope if we had a live reaction.
I just can't, like, I'm horrible with names, and I think that's like one of my downfalls. Like, people will ask me things and I just like completely blank, and then they'll show me, and then boom, I'm just like, yeah, I know.
I got you.
But yeah, no. So at this moment, I can't really.
At this point, it was the worst diss track ever came out, right?
Well, you get a pass because you're not from the US.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll blame that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, Blair, next one.
Drake or The Weeknd?
Drake for sure, but I do like The Weeknd. I just I paid attention more to Drake when they were both coming up. Like, I only got into The Weeknd when he was already kind of big, you know what I mean? But Drake, I watched him like grow, you know what I mean, from like all the way back to like his first like music that he dropped, right? So definitely Drake for that one.
I could probably guess that one. I guess like even from like your music, you can kind of tell which way you lean.
Yeah. I've heard that a lot by people. They're like, you kind of sound like Drake. I was like, oh, don't say that, but that's.
Is that like I mean, obviously being in Canada and everything, is that an annoying comparison for most artists from your city just because he has such a huge influence. I mean, worldwide, but like I'm sure in Canada, it's hard to ignore him when you're making music out there.
Yeah, I think certain people will take that as an insult, just because like they don't want to be referenced to anyone. They want to be like original and stuff. But I mean, in my mind, I'm like, it's okay to kind of have bits and pieces from people, you know, to inspire your sound. Yeah, I don't find it insulting at all. I'm fine with it. But yeah, no, I can hear it in my own music that I definitely sound like Drake a little bit here and there, especially in No Luck, that one that you were saying.
Yeah,
like,
No Luck was fire.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
That's funny though. Yeah, I mean, there's way worse people to be compared to, so I feel like that's it.
Yeah. So I'm totally fine with that.
Nice.
All right, have you ever been to California before?
No, and it's a bummer because I was planning a trip because I have a cousin out there to go and like see what it's all about. You know, I feel like I'd be one of those people to get out there and like never leave.
Really?
Oh yeah. My cousin says it's amazing, but no, yeah, because of all this COVID stuff, I wasn't able to go, and then so that kind of sucked. But I definitely want to get out there.
All right, so you've never had like animal fries at In-N-Out? You haven't been In-N-Out before?
No. Never had any.
So I guess, I was gonna compare like animal fries to poutine. So compare poutine. Would you choose poutine over like normal dirty French fries that have like bacon and all that shit in it?
Well, there's this place in by my house. I forget what it's called. Oh, Smokes Poutineery. Okay. And they do like the craziest poutines, like cheeseburger poutines, pizza poutines, like anything. So it's kind of hard to compare that to.
Fair. I mean, anyone's gonna pick poutine every day of the week, but I wish you would have like had animal fries. So we'll do a follow-up interview when you finally come to California.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll let you know how animal fries are for sure.
Exactly. All right, Blair. One more.
Let's see. Tupac or Biggie?
Oh, Biggie.
Is it similar reason to Jay-Z versus Nas? Like you grew up with that, or?
No, I think it was more my in high school. Biggie was like, he was the guy that everyone was listening to. So like, if you didn't know like every single lyric to like every single one of his songs, like you weren't like hip, I guess.
Cool.
Yeah. So like, yeah, Biggie all the way, definitely.
Did you get a chance to see the documentary on Netflix?
I haven't. I've been putting it off, but I definitely gotta look into that. I've had a couple friends watch it and say it's really good. So.
Mm-hmm. I recommend it for sure.
It.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about his past or anything. Like he was always just this mythical figure that I never, I guess, researched. The documentary made me have a whole lot more respect for him and his hustle and just his music. Because coming from LA, I was just bombarded with so much Tupac imagery and music, and then the industry is obsessed with Tupac, so like every rapper wants to be like him. But I feel like unless you were from the East Coast, Biggie wasn't really like a hip thing to be into. But now I'm like, oh shit, I see why people consider him like one of the best ever.
Yeah, he was hard. He was very hard as fuck. Yeah. When his lyrics are just something else, man. I don't know. Like I feel like Tupac is more like deeper feelings, more so, and like Biggie was more like savage.
Yeah.
Sense. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So definitely let us know how you like the doc though, man, because it's good. It's good. Yeah, it's very like Blair was saying, it gives you like a different perspective that I don't think anyone ever really even thought of. And it's wild how they had like footage from like 25 years ago that no one's ever seen before, which is crazy.
Oh, it's that crazy.
Yeah. So
he just humanizes him, I feel like.
Okay, yeah.
You're just like, oh shit, this dude's a regular dude.
Like a legend almost, like a myth. I feel like he's been given that like, persona of being like a myth.
Right.
Yeah, but it's crazy, like even like the doc makes that legend status grow even bigger, because you can see like he was very thoughtful behind like every lyric. Whereas I think in the past, everyone just assumed it came so easy to him, like it's not a big deal. And like you can see like he actually had like a structure when he was developing songs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I loved his way of writing.
Yeah, he's
awesome.
Dope.
All right, man. So I gave us a little bit of insight into the crazy shit we like to talk about before we kind of get into it. So getting really into the episode now and getting to know you better. So who is Angelo Carreiro, and like what should our listeners know about the singer, songwriter, rapper, producer, construction, like everything you do? Like tell us about you, man.
So pretty much music has been in my family like since day one. My dad was a sound technician, so he used to put on like huge shows and stuff. And back in the day, like you couldn't go anywhere in Toronto without people being like, "Oh, Raul," and like everyone knew him. He was the guy to go to for like to throw a party or weddings and all that stuff. So I got into it early, got into like the technical and electrician part of it and all that. And then he would always show me new music that came out because he was on top of everything. So I was introduced to music from like a very, very young age. I started playing bass at like, I think I was like 7 or 8. Then I got a guitar, then I got drums, then I got like a mixer and a laptop, and it kind of just kept progressing, you know. He always wanted to push me to do what I wanted, and fell in love with music right from the beginning. But so yeah, I played in bands like all of high school, like a couple got pretty big, and then finally started doing the solo stuff, and it took a while to get the courage to drop it, because like, you know, you never know like what people are gonna think of you, right? Like so it's good to know that people do like my music, because at first I was definitely very nervous about what people were gonna say. But so after that, I decided to make the name Angelo Carreiro, which is pretty much just my middle name, which is Angelo, and Carreiro is my mom's maiden name. So it's Angelo Carreiro. My real name's Miguel Ferreira. Very close, but yeah. So that's pretty much that. I definitely have a lot of hats. I produce, mix, master. I did get into the videography stuff for a little bit, but that's an expensive route to go. Like all the equipment to get it done, it's crazy. So I kind of put that one off. But other than that, yeah, pretty much just the artist, producer, engineer, and mixing guy.
Nice. If there's one hat you probably prefer to be under the most, is there any one thing, or are they all like separate loves for you?
I always wanted to pursue the artist part way more. I started doing this like maybe 2017 without anybody knowing, and then 2018 I started dropping stuff, right? So I always wanted to do the artist part more than like being a producer, like the guy in the studio that records and stuff. But as like time has gone, and like I said, this Throwaway Files was kind of like not an end, but like kind of like a break to get more inspiration and concentrate on the producing side of things, because I feel like I've given so much of my time to the artist part. I need to concentrate on the other part and kind of just see where I'm at with what I need to do to get to the next level. You know what I mean?
And what triggered the, I guess, motivation to be like, all right, I'm gonna seriously start, you know, working with other artists or producing my own stuff and, you know, putting it out there? Because you said you did it behind the scenes in 2017. Was that like the first time you started dropping things?
So Boa Cole, I've known him since grade 5. And yeah, we've known each other forever. I was doing this by myself, kind of just having fun with it at home. And then I found out that he was meeting up with another guy and just like rapping for fun, like in the house, like in their room. And I was like, well, I got speakers, I got a mic, I got a laptop, let's start like doing this. So me and Cole started making music, and it kind of just took off from there. And I knew right there, I was like, the right route to take is to work with as many people as possible, you know, to get out there, you know, and it just makes good connections, you know. So it kind of just started from there. And then from there, I met people like Adam Daly, Evans. These are Toronto guys. And then like more recently, Missy Yee, which was on the album Throwaway. But yeah, no, I think it's very important to work with a lot of people. And I think I knew that at the beginning right away, that if I was serious about this, there's no way that I would be able to just do it by myself. I mean, kudos to the people that do it by themselves, but I was like, I need to spread as far as I can. And that's, I think, why I wear so many hats.
Nice.
Yeah.
And did you teach yourself like all that you know to this day besides like your father?
Yeah, so pretty much anything. I mean, more of the technical stuff like frequencies and EQs and stuff. My dad taught me like what they are, what they mean. But for the most part, yeah, man, it was just like YouTube videos, long nights of just watching them over and over again, watching new ones, searching up different things, watching other producers make videos on YouTube and stuff, or music on YouTube. So yeah, it's pretty much all self-taught.
That's amazing, dude.
Sweet.
Kudos to you for sure. So obviously quarantine has played a role in everyone mentally trying to figure out exactly, you know, whatever their purpose is. So how is quarantine, I know you said offline, but how has quarantine helped you throughout this whole process, be it developing different sounds, different techniques? Like how's it played in your overall music?
Quarantine, it kind of made me realize that I can't force music, because like even with all this time, I haven't made like a tremendous amount of other music other than like the throwaway, like putting together the throwaway files. So I feel like I've learned to just like not really force anything. Like if I sit on the computer and open up my program, I don't come up with anything, I won't sit there and try to force something out. I'll just take a break and go do something else. I think that's what quarantine did for me. I mean, I think it's a positive thing, to be honest. Obviously quarantine sucked, but
yeah. And in terms of just like overcoming that pressure and writer's block, like what's your creative process like? Because we obviously listened to this last album. And I'd say a lot of the content seems like love/romance focused.
Yeah.
So just curious if that's based on actual experience, if you drew that inspiration from some other place, like what's your creative process like and how do you usually go about making music?
So before I touch on to throwaway files, making music, for me, it's kind of like I'll be doing something random in the day and it's like I'll hear like a piano in my head and I'll have to like rush to my laptop and like make it, or like I'll hear a sound or I'll spit out like a vocal bar and I can already hear all the synths and the drums in the background in my head, and I just have to get to the laptop at that point. That's usually just my thing. There's no really other way I do it. It comes to my head and I jump on the laptop. If I don't have anything in my head, I try not to go on the laptop and, like I said, force things out.
Sure.
Yeah.
For the throwaway files, so it was like it was between 2018 and like 2020 that those songs were all made, like mix matched, right? So like I would make one and I'd be like, I'm not posting this is really deep. And then I put it into a folder, right? But yeah, no, it's all true. I've never sang or dropped anything that wasn't true. So like all my lyrics are about my life and like things that have happened. And I think that's why I made the throwaway files, kind of because like these things did happen. So like the throwaway file was like kind of like a means to an end for it. It's like these are past now, these feelings are done. Now I'm going to be gone maybe for a little bit, but when I come back, it's going to be all new stuff. It's going to be a different mindset. I'm going to be healed from everything that I went through during that album. So it was kind of like a goodbye for now. But yeah, so that's what throwaway files is.
So I'm assuming that whole process for you was like very therapeutic, right?
Yeah. Like I said, I would make one and then put it away. And then, like I said, 2 years later, I'm listening to these songs. I'm just like, all right, well, screw it. I'll drop them. And I just redid them, remixed them, made them sound decent, and just put them out there. Let everyone else judge them.
Yeah, no, for real. Because the funny thing, I was talking to Blair about this offline. I wanted to be like, yo, who hurt you? Because like, yo, like, I usually listen to all music at the gym. So I listen to the gym like over the past couple of weeks. I'm like, bro, like this is phenomenal music, but it's not helping me like work out right now. Because it's just like so like therapeutic and like someone who's obviously been through some real shit. Yeah. So like, is it just like the course of like a relationship going bad over the past 2 years that you kind of just like moved on from?
Yeah. It was it was a really hard time. You know, it was my ex. A kid was involved and stuff. I have a daughter. She's 3 and stuff. So yeah, it was a really hard time. I definitely have a folder with some heavier hitters, more boa sounding stuff. I just don't know if I'm ready to release those yet, but
sweet. We'll have to ask him about that.
Yeah. Maybe he'll give you a snippet.
Yeah. I'm just curious, like when you I know you said with throwaway files, it's kind of a means to an end and everything, but do you actually listen to your own music, or is it more so like this is for the world, and once it's out there, I'm just done with it, and that's for the fans?
Honestly, usually when I'm making a song, and even after I drop it, I will listen to it so much because
Really?
I pick myself apart always. I'm just like, I don't like that. I can't believe I dropped that. You know, oh, that I can do that better next time. Oh, I got to tweak this higher. The snare's on higher here, blah, blah, blah. Usually I tear it apart. Surprisingly, for throwaway files, I listened to it a lot before dropping, but once it dropped, I really haven't listened to it too much, other than maybe a couple times here and there. So that was new for me. But yeah, most of the time I pick apart myself. I'm very critical.
I wonder if that's like the producer in you that's like kind of like critiquing it that way.
Yeah, I definitely think that's what it was, you know, always hearing it back.
Yeah, because we had a couple other artists and they were like just like rappers or singers, right? So like they was like put it out there and they're done with it. But I think it makes sense for like someone who's like into the sound engineering of it. They really want to make sure everything is actually hitting a certain way.
Yeah, exactly.
And are you super, I guess, how critical are you of it? Is in the back of your head, are you like, I know this shit is super high quality, but it's just, you know, that producer in me? Or do you genuinely think like, oh shit, someone's gonna hear the snare is off here, or like the vocals aren't fine-tuned at this part of the chorus or whatever?
Honestly, I know that my stuff is for the general public. They'll listen to me like, sounds amazing. But I always think about the higher level, like in the future, like if someone did come up to me and was like wanted to offer me a deal, like would I be proud to show them my old stuff? Like would they notice that little snare mess up or something, you know what I mean? Like, so I always make sure that I'm trying to make my music for a higher audience, kind of. So I like, you know, never have to be ashamed to show them that if it ever comes to that point where someone does notice me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that makes total sense.
Yeah.
For sure. You said, I know this was like the last 3 years that Throwaway Files kind of came together. Did you ever have a chance to perform though any music like out in the public?
From like these
From
songs?
Anything, like just like you as an artist.
Yeah, I have. I played, so my good friend Adam Daly that I do a lot of work with, I produced all his music that's out right now on Spotify and Apple Music. He played a show with Houdini from Toronto, R.I.P. Yeah, the guy that passed away. And we have a song together. I think it was called Too Much, or not Too Much. I actually can't remember what it's called. But he told me about the show, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll definitely come out. And he's like, well, I don't want you to just come out. I want you to play that song. I was like, well, that's not even your song. That's my song. You just feature on it. He's like, yeah, I know, but I want you to feel like the show presence. So he brought me out, and it was great, man. I fell in love with it. And then after that, I got asked to play at a farm, which was really trippy. They made like a huge stage, and like a bunch of people came out. There's a huge bonfire. And then we had a plan to put on a really big show here in Barrie, but like I said, COVID came. That was shut down. Yeah, so I've only played 2 shows as a solo artist.
Nice.
Yeah. Feelings for you, because obviously, I mean, we're getting the sense here that obviously you're very like introverted per se, and obviously like all the songs hit differently for you. So like, how was that feeling for you being on stage?
Yeah, honestly, it was nerve-wracking to go up and like sing. Like the first show, the song wasn't very like feely, touchy. Like it's more about like partying and stuff. So that was just fun. And obviously, I had a couple of drinks before I went on stage, so it was easy. It was fun. The second time, it was like all my own music, right? So yeah, it did feel a little weird, like exposing myself almost with all these feelings to a bunch of people I don't even know. So yeah, it was really nerve-wracking. Yeah, I don't know if I liked it.
Were you like rehearsing in the mirror and stuff beforehand?
So me and my buddy, we actually rented out like a rehearsal spot, and we just like practiced there. And yeah, that's all I did to prepare. And then I just sang in the car on the way there, and then hopped on, did it, and got off. That was it.
Nice.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's almost like preparation, did you just feel like, listen, man, once I get out there though, it may suck, but it may like suck internally, but it's gonna be fine. You know what I mean? Because sometimes like the audience doesn't even know how nervous we are, right? Like, at least for us, like we look back at some of our interviews, we're like, yo, I was so nervous at that moment. And then like we watch the playback and it's normal, you know? So like,
that's exactly what it was. I was nervous and I just forced myself, went up there, did it. And then when I got off, you're like, yo, dude, like when someone told us a rapper was coming to like a pop punk show, because yeah, that's another thing. It was a pop punk show that they asked a rapper to come out to.
wow.
So that was crazy. So yeah, it's a bunch of people like, man, we were laughing because we're like, oh, some rapper's gonna come out here and spit a couple bars and get off the stage, and then you come out here and like perform like completed songs with choruses and like catchy like melodies and stuff, and everyone was blown away. And I was like, okay, this is cool. I could definitely do this again.
Awesome.
But yeah, at first I was definitely nervous.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I bet. And on that note, like just with the whole Canadian rap scene, how has that changed over time? Because I think when Drake first got on, that's when everyone started paying attention, and Canada no longer became the butt of everyone's joke. Now everybody wants to claim, you know, Toronto or whatever. So prior to Drake, were you like really immersed in the scene in terms of keeping track of this and that artist, or was it only once Drake got on that everyone was like, okay, now everyone's paying attention to, you know, Canada?
So I would probably say that like I never really like, even when Drake came out, like I never really wanted to be like, oh, I'm from Toronto, when really I live in Barrie most of the time. So even like before that, I never really like, yeah, I didn't affiliate with Toronto like before Drake, and I try not to even now. You know what I mean? You know, it wouldn't be true because I'm in Barrie most of the time. Even if I was born in Toronto, I'm in Barrie most of the time.
Word. And how far is that, like mile-wise?
It's only like 90. Oh, miles. Oh, I'm thinking kilometers. It's 90. It's like 90 kilometers. I don't know what that is in miles.
Yeah, I'm not too sure, but
it's an hour.
Yeah, an hour.
Sure.
An hour drive. It's not even bad.
So I guess the influence wise then, so like you growing up, you mentioned that Biggie was, you know, you had to know every Biggie lyric in high school. So like, what was your influence? Because obviously besides your dad putting you on, like what were you looking at that made you say, hey, I want to do that at some point in my life?
Like the more R&B hip hop stuff?
Yeah, whichever artist that made you say, hey, that's what I want to do.
That's a good question. Damn. Who put me on? Honestly, because like at the beginning I was like doing like rap, like not singy stuff. Like I was doing rap. So I think I would have to say Eminem had a big part of that. I thought Eminem was the sickest rapper ever. I was one of those big Eminem fans. Yeah, I would definitely say Eminem probably pushed me to want to rap, to do more singy stuff. Before I was more open about it. I think as soon as I heard about Bryson Tiller, I think that blew my mind, and I was just like in love with like the R&B style and like the trap soul like genre that he created. Like I was like, this is amazing. Like this is a whole nother thing.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say that trap soul, when I listened to Throwaway Files, trap soul did come to mind, and I was like, I bet Bryson Tiller probably influenced him in some way.
Yeah, I'd probably say nowadays he's probably like my top 3 artists.
Shit.
Yeah, nice. He's definitely like one of my favorites. Yeah.
So yeah, what about him specifically, like that you like just appreciated the most? Because obviously you have a different kind of ear, just being like a sound and tech guy as well. So like, what about him made you like just like, I like this a lot?
I think it is so cool that he can make singing sound hard. You know what I mean? Like he's singing like soulful like melodies, but the beat, the trap soul beat that he's created behind it, just like, I don't know, it just sounds so hard when I hear it. At least to my ears, it does.
Yeah, kind of like Black almost.
Yeah, he's like, sick too. Another guy I really like.
Yeah, it's like a blended line between rap and singing that everyone can kind of appreciate. I guess I
don't think I've heard anyone that can top Bryson Tiller on the trap soul genre. I don't know if I've heard it yet.
I would have to agree with that, because I feel like he's reached legendary status and so quickly. You know what I mean? Like so quickly.
Like I feel like he's definitely the GOAT of the trap soul genre.
Which when he's like not even 30, I think, or something. Like he's like so like he's still like so young in his career, you would think.
Yeah, he's like the Drake of trap soul, I guess.
Yeah.
If I'm pushing that, but it's Drake.
I mean, I think one thing that intrigues me about Bryson is, and I know he's probably introverted as well. He has that like mystique thing where he doesn't really post much and like disappears for 2 years or whatever.
Yeah.
So curious if, like, for you and doing your artistry and stuff, do you have a specific approach on how you want to like present yourself on social media? Like, is it all curated in, you know, this perfect way, or is it just like if I'm inspired to post this dope picture I took, I'm gonna post it, and like that's pretty much it? And when the songs come out.
Yeah, so I mean, I try to plan as best as I can my posts and stuff like that. I want to be portrayed almost like in a melodic way, so a lot of my like pictures are kind of like darker and stuff like that, more of like a dark feel. Yeah, no, I definitely want to be portrayed as melodic. Sorry, I forgot the second half of your question.
That's all good. I think the other piece was like if I mean, outside of the imagery, you already answered that. Like you want to go for the darker tone, but in terms of like putting yourself out there, do you see yourself kind of limiting the amount of posts that you put out there, or like stories or anything, and just keeping that part of your life like private?
I'm pretty much just bad at keeping up with it. It's not even on purpose. I would love to post like 2-3 times a day, because that's what you should be doing as an artist. Like you got to give people content for them to know you. You know, you got to be posting videos and talking to the camera and all that stuff. I'm just bad at just keeping track of it. I got so much other things going on besides like music. It's sometimes hard to like catch. So yeah, usually when like I'm about to drop music, I'll sit back and be like, all right,
go heavier on it.
Yeah, I need at least this many posts before it drops. It's 2 weeks out. I gotta make at least one little snippet video. Like I gotta do this, and I'll like buckle down and do it. But yeah, for the most part, I just forgetful, and I'm just like, oh yeah, it's been 2 weeks.
It seems so excessive. Like I can't imagine like wanting to post 3 times a day, and like, you know, I just went to Starbucks, and now let me fucking take a picture of this sandwich.
Yeah, well, yeah. No,
ask people, you know, is this hot? Is this not? I kind of see how you'd want to just create content, put it out there, and then have people enjoy it, and that's end of story.
Yeah, that's what I would like to do. I just like, from learning things, I'm just like, apparently you should be posting at least like once a day. You know what I mean? So, but even that's hard to do.
Yeah.
So like those rules though, and obviously you just mentioned you have a lot else going on. So it's like, pick a full-time, like, is that your only thing right now? Like that you're like, just like surviving, or like you also have other like jobs that you're doing, or is everything just music right now?
No. So pretty much usually every day I'm at work. Weekends I'm with the little one. So like there's like very selective times where I'll buckle down and do music, you know what I mean? Because some days I'm just come home and I'm completely drained. I got nothing, you know, so
right.
I end up being a couch potato. But yeah, no, I feel like that will change a little over the summer. I'll definitely try and make more time for it. But like I said, I never like to force anything. So I like just let it come to me. And then even if I'm tired, but I have an idea, I'll go and I'll work on it, get that idea out at least, save the project, come back to it with more energy. But yeah.
I mean, respect to you then, because like the idea of putting together I think there's like 9 tracks on Lost Files, and then
8, yeah.
8, okay, and then also having to be like a dad, and then a full-time job, and then production, and then sound. That's fucking wild. So kudos to you for sure.
Yeah, and I usually make like all my like cover arts and stuff like that too. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, I'll never complain again about not having too much, not having enough time.
Yeah,
so I feel like that way now, and I don't have any kids, but I feel like once it's just a matter of people prioritizing time. Like you can figure out how to do it if you really need to.
You can.
Whereas, well, if I look at my phone, I probably have like 3 hours logged on Instagram or something. So
mine's probably ridiculous. Yeah. Honestly, if TikTok had that ability to see like your hours logged on, or it does, right? You can check.
Probably. I think all the apps.
I don't even want to look because it's bad for me.
Wait, are you on TikTok a lot?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, so I know Danny and I, we don't really use it. We tried to do kind of take our podcast there, but I don't know if it's really the right format, or maybe we just haven't cracked it yet. But like, what's your appeal to the platform? Because the only stuff I'm aware of is like the random Addison Rae clips, which for obvious reasons some people like, but curious what you go there for. And maybe it is
for
Addison
obvious
Rae.
reason.
I don't know.
Very obvious reason.
I think honestly, I like a dark humor, not like dark humor, but very like dry humor, almost like the Office type. So TikTok has a lot of that stuff, and it's almost like watching TV, and you just get sucked in. Because like what TikTok does is like, if you like watch a video, like I think like a certain amount of times, like what type of video it is, like what's the content, like it all creates like an algorithm. So then like your whole feed is like that stuff. So like my feed is just like all funny stuff, like most of the time, and then like a bunch of alien stuff. So
like conspiracies?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, like
is it like legit reputable stuff, or is it like a fake ass grainy UFO picture and they're like, oh, there's aliens here?
Like some of it's questionable. You're like, that's believable, but like TikTok, right? I think TikTok has got that reputation of it's TikTok, so don't like take things too seriously that you see on there. But it's fun, and it does take hours away. Like you can talk to any person that watches TikToks. Like all my roommates here, they watch TikToks for hours, just like me. We're sending TikToks to each other all day long. It's obsessive. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's like me and Blair with fucking memes, like the most. Like
that's all we do is send memes.
Yeah, there's like TikTok memes, but it's like played out, like acting.
Yeah. That's dope.
Yeah.
Are you a big Office fan, you were saying?
Yeah, I like The Office. I know Cole Boa, he's a way bigger Office fan. I think the guy's watched like all the seasons, like maybe like 10 times over or something.
Wow.
So, dude, if you don't, I just found this out yesterday, to be perfectly honest. I don't know what it is in Canada, but in America, we have like this platform called Peacock. So that's where like all the Office shows are now. And they did a special because it's an NBC company where they made like a super fan season, and all the episodes have all the cutouts that didn't make the actual show. So they have one full season of season 3 that every episode's 30 minutes long, but it has 6 minutes of stuff that didn't make it because it's way too either racial, prejudice, awkward. Like it is phenomenal, bro. Like,
I did not know about that.
Yeah, so when I find out, I'll send it to you on the gram, and maybe dude. I watched one episode last night. I was like, wow, like they tried some pretty crazy shit.
That seems counterintuitive during this day and age to be releasing that kind of stuff.
Well, I guess if they're saying that, hey, we didn't put on our actual episode, like this, you have to pay to go watch this, maybe it's different. But it's fucking wild. Like the stuff about like the LGBT community is I'm like, whoa, like.
I'm intrigued. I want to see how far they went with that.
Yeah, I'll figure out how you can find it over there, but I'll send it to you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely into that.
Nice.
So like, no, you want to dive into something?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you as far as like, I know you don't like to rush anything, which I totally respect.
Yeah.
Kind of like the process come to you. But what are some milestones like you're trying to achieve in like the next year or a couple of years?
I think I've touched into a lot of the R&B side, and I think it's great. I think my goal for the next year is to be more, I guess, party friendly. So like you know, it's not just people laying in bed crying with headphones to my music. You know, I want to be able to like have people like listen to it anytime, you know, on the beach, whatever. So I think I want to maybe try and find where I fit in with pushing a little bit of R&B into the more pop, I guess, more pop area. A little. I don't.
But do you think that's genuinely you though? Like,
I think
like,
that's
is that you as a person?
I think that's just me. Yeah, like taking this little break to like experience life a little bit without being on the computer making sad music, and then just coming back and pushing like more of a pop side, you know. But yeah, like I said, that has to come to me. I don't want to force anything, but it's definitely something my mind is on. I want to be more party friendly, I guess is what I'm gonna say. I don't want to say.
Have you been able to party in Toronto or Barrie at all these last like 6 months though?
So it's really weird, man, because it goes like from like gray zone to like red zone to like state of emergency, lockdown, don't leave your house. So it's like, like I don't really go anywhere. My roommates are all cool, so we usually hang out on the weekends and do something all together after work. But for the most part, I don't really go anywhere other than work and here. But
so hopefully those zones get more party friendly for you to get inspired.
Yeah,
everything's kind of opening up now. Like today, I actually went skateboarding because it was beautiful outside, so that was kind of cool.
So, well, I live in South Florida, man. I don't know if you've seen the videos. Well, Miami's like super fucking open. That it's like riots in the streets of like cops trying to keep everyone back because like it's going crazy here, dude.
I did see that, and honestly, I thought I was like watching like something from like across the world.
Yeah, dude, it is terrifying.
I was like, wait a minute, this is like the States or something. I was like, wait,
it's
what?
South Beach. It's like,
dude,
it's too. But the thing is, because I feel like there's really nowhere to travel in this part of the world except like Miami or like Cancun. Like it's just that's it, and like everyone is here right now. Like it's fucking insane.
Yeah, it looks insane.
Do you like in terms of milestones? Do you have any, I guess, like quantitative goals? Like, oh, I need 5,000 followers, or I need to put out 100 beats by this date, or anything like that? Or is it more so just you getting in tune with yourself and like pursuing different, genres or styles and things like that?
Yeah, so I definitely have goals for like a following. I'm not getting any younger. I think that's where my mind is nowadays. It's like I'm 27, like I kind of gotta push it now, especially having like a kid and stuff, and like my time is being like taken from me slowly and surely. I'm gonna have zero time for any of this, right? So I definitely have a goal of like how many followers I want and stuff. Like in a year, I want to at least be at like 2,500 followers on like Instagram and stuff, because right now I'm only at like 1090. So yeah, I definitely have those type of goals. I try not to think about it too much. I feel like it kind of drains you a little bit, makes you
lose your mind doing that.
Not where I should be and stuff like that. But no, yeah, I definitely think about it time to time. I just try not to think about it too much because it can definitely bring you down.
For sure.
Yeah, hopefully the podcast episode helps with that, Ben. So we'll definitely look forward to seeing those numbers go up a little bit.
You too.
So there's definitely one thing I wanted to ask you. So obviously next projects, we know you said hopefully there's a sound that you kind of discover this time away after Throwaway Files. But do you already have kind of that party-ish music like stashed away as well? Or is it all going to be brand new stuff coming out later on?
Yeah, I have a couple. Recorded. I have a couple being planned out with some other artists in the works. Yeah, no, it's in the works.
Okay.
I definitely found a little bit of the sound, but I definitely don't want to rush into dropping anything before like I said, I'm critical about my stuff, so I don't want to like rush it. But no, there's a couple for sure.
Exciting.
Dope.
Very exciting.
And have you, up until this point, I know you mentioned Drake, but gotten any repeat comparisons to other artists, whether in the US or Canada?
So I've heard Drake. I've heard a couple times Bryson Tiller, which was like, I was like,
massive compliment.
That's the one you want.
I'm cool with Drake, but like I'm not a rapper, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, the Bryson Tiller one was like, yes. I also heard I sound a little bit like Kid Laroi. I don't know.
Interesting.
I guess I can hear it a little bit, but I feel like he's a little more. I feel like I'm a little more lower tone and a little more raspier.
Yeah. I don't know if I see Kid Laroi.
Maybe it's like the idea of it, like the singing, rappy kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah, like I said, I didn't really catch that one. What other ones have I heard? Oliver Francis. I don't know if you've ever heard of that guy.
I'm not familiar with him.
He's good, man. He's good. He used to do like remixes on like SoundCloud, and they actually turned out really good. And then him and his buddies would like just make like videos with like a crappy camera, post them on YouTube. And because of his big following of his remixes, people turned over to his actual music.
Original.
And then he just took off. He's like one of those underground rappers that have made it, but isn't like in the spotlight. But like he lives off his music, which is the goal.
Mhm.
The dream, right?
Is that,
It's the goal.
do you want that spotlight, like the Drake in everyone's face spotlight, or do you prefer the more low key, like I have a dedicated following, can live off this, but I can go to the grocery store without having 10,000 people outside?
I think the idea of being like famous is like really cool and stuff, but then I also think of it from like another perspective. It's like, do I want all that spotlight? Like, it's gonna be hard to do anything. Like, you see so many like artists like go downhill after blowing up, you know what I mean? They can't handle it and stuff. I think what I'm happy with is if I can maintain my lifestyle, being like in a studio, being 40 pretty much, Drake's producer. I don't want to be a 40 pretty much. Yeah, if I was told you're never going to make it as an artist, but you can live off being a producer for the rest of your life, I wouldn't even shed a tear. I'd be happy.
Nice. Okay.
Dope.
That is really dope.
Yeah.
So is that what you say, like, if you had to pick one to be your future, like that, would it be that, like just behind the scenes still and just like being very involved with the music, but not being the front of it?
Yeah, like I think it's hard, man. I mean, being on stage is cool and all. Yeah, I think I would say to be the guy that, I mean, I'd want a spotlight still, like kind of like, DJ Mustard and stuff like that.
Sure, yeah.
Khaled, like I would definitely want that type of spotlight. But yeah, I think producing is where I'd want to excel best. I think I have more chance in that department. I don't want to talk myself down, but I think, like I said, I want to take time to do more producing stuff and get better at that, because I feel like I might be a little better at that, if I'm being honest with myself.
Yeah, good for you for being honest, man. And so question for you then, like if you had the option though, because obviously like this current platform right now, you have full control of everything you put out, right? Would you want to stay the independent route though, or is one of your goals for the next few years to eventually get signed to some kind of like label?
I think being signed nowadays is kind of like, it's almost being washed away with like the way you can make money off of streams and stuff. I think if you just market right, you can be self-sustained and not have to worry about other people's opinions, which I think is super important to being like original and stuff. I mean, if I was offered a contract and it was really good and it was going to help me excel, obviously that would be amazing and I would definitely take it. But I think I'd be happier as a person if I made it independently. I think it would show that I didn't need any help. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Respect that.
Yeah, I think that's the wave nowadays, for sure. And in terms of, I know you mentioned Bryson and Drake, but in terms of any dream collaborations, do you have any on your list that you're aspiring to be able to make come true at some point?
It could be
in the
anybody,
future?
bro. Like, we're not putting you in a box. It could be fucking Katy Perry, whoever you want to fucking like, who you want to like be on a track with.
Well, obviously everyone wants that Drake one, and Bryson Tiller would be my second one. But no, I have thought of a couple other ones. Lil TJ, I think I really like his sound. He's a really dope artist. I would love to feature on one of his. The Kid Laroi, another one. I actually really like his music. Another one would probably be. I mean, if I was to go to like my harder music, maybe even like a Joyner Lucas feature on something, because that guy is wild. He's definitely a good artist. Probably one more would be. That's hard to say. Might have to look at my my playlist here quick.
Yeah, go for it.
And while you're there, let us know the last song you just listened to.
Okay. Honestly, a Justin Bieber feature would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean,
like the idea of not liking Bieber anymore is like so wrong. Like, dude, there's one kid, like he's so good. Like, how can you not?
If you hate Bieber, you don't like music.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah, he was a douchebag when he was younger and stuff, but he's over that. He's an amazing artist. Yeah, Bieber would definitely be a good feature.
I support it.
Yeah, definitely. Like that Purpose album, I still listen to it. Like it's.
Oh yeah.
And his new one is a little more mainstreamy, but that Peaches song hits. for sure.
Yeah, even the song with Kid Laroi is pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's insane how much talent came out of Canada. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Like 3 mega stars. What are the
Mega,
odds?
bro, mega.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Ooh, yeah. Probably St. John. Yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, his stuff is. Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, St. John or Amir Obey.
Oh yeah, Amir Obey. I don't know if I
They're kind of similar.
mentioned him to you, Danny, but he kind of I knew him when he was fresh. He does it. This was like 15 years ago or something. He's from New York, and he did more of like the rapper type music, the hardcore stuff, and now he transitioned to more of like almost like a Party Next Door type style. I think he actually worked with him, so he's definitely dope too.
Yeah, no, I really like it. He kind of falls into that same genre as like St. John, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the last song I was listening to was "By Yourself" by Ty Dolla $ign and Bryson Tiller, Jane Aiko, produced by.
There you go. That's Blair's favorite artist.
Yeah,
Ty Dolla
$ign. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? A feature by him too. But all of this for sure. Yeah, no, he's a great rapper or artist.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome, dude. Blair, what'd you have left?
I know we kind of touched upon it already, but maybe not in a formal format. But who would you say your top 5 would be? And it could be across like any genre. It doesn't have to be purely rap.
Yeah.
Okay. Mixing it up. I think I would have to throw Drake at number 1. Probably Bryson Tiller number 2. A band called Architects. They're a huge metal band from the UK. Yeah, I guess people don't know. I was like in metal bands. It wasn't just in like.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's dope.
I play metal bands all the time. But yeah, they would probably be number 3. I've really grown to like the Kid Laroi over this quarantine, so probably throw him at number 4. Yeah, and then number 5. I might have to check the phone again.
I like the 5th one.
I have the worst
always
memory.
hard for people.
I feel like I just smoked too much.
Never a bad thing.
Honestly, I could probably throw in Roddy Ricch. I think he's got to be in that top 5 for sure. Yeah, Roddy Ricch is another good one.
So like another one that kind of falls that same category of like the artist you kind of are, like the sing kind of thing.
Definitely throw him on the feature list too.
Nice.
I
think that's
these are very expensive features, my man. These are
yes, they are.
Especially right now too.
Right now, those prices are expensive, bro.
Oh, I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
All good. So, question for you, because obviously you're way more in tune with the Canadian with scene, or even just being an artist, you hear about other people that maybe we don't hear of. So, what are some artists besides yourself, obviously, that we should be looking out for that maybe not a lot of people know of?
So there's Adam Daly, like I mentioned earlier. His dad is in a band. I think it's called Crack of Dawn. They're like a reggae band. He's like good friends with Damian Marley. Like they always go and visit him and stuff, or they used to before quarantine and stuff. But his sound is really, really cool, man. It's kind of like where I'm at, but a little more poppy, mainstream.
Okay.
I don't want to say mainstream, but more poppy side of things, and it's really catchy. Definitely look out for Adam Daly. I work with him all the time. You can probably find his stuff connected to my stuff. Another one, Evans, for sure. He's like me, melodic, but his are he's even more singing than I am. So yeah, and definitely look out for him. Boa, which you know of. And yeah, from my circle, that's probably like the closest guys that I would want to be mentioned. Other than that, that's pretty much it. My circle for giving out beats and working with people is kind of small at the moment.
Sure.
Yeah.
Fair, definitely. They're on they're on Ghost with you, right? Those guys, Adam and
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the guys. Yeah. Evans just dropped a song called "Yes You Do," and yeah, I've had it on replay for quite a while.
Nice.
He has some promising numbers, so if someone's to blow up, I'm betting my money it's him first.
It's him. Nice. I would say, just so you know, I know we're gonna go to your favorite track in a second of the CD of the album, but for me it was Ghost, man. That was a cool way to start off the album.
Yeah.
And it definitely resonates as you like play it back. Like, wow, that shit really stands out. So that was definitely kudos to you guys for picking that one first.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to put the songs in a way that it would almost tell a story. So, you know, Ghost is like, I'm broken, you know, I can't trust nobody. You know what I mean? These are the two guys that I only really had contact with for a long period of time because I was in a dark place. And then, you know, it goes on to, I believe it's No Luck. It's next. Yeah, I don't even know my own, my own roster.
I think it might have been, was it Used To? Oh, yeah, it is Used To. And then No Luck.
Say then, you know, Used To is about, you know, remembering everything that me and this person used to do together, you know. And it just keeps moving on, like more of the feelings that I'm feeling as time goes by. And then you hit like Overdue, and it's like the point where I'm like, you know what, like I'm over this, like it's overdue, I'm over you, I gotta move on. And then like something new is like how I would feel right now if I was to meet someone, because there's no one, but if I was to meet someone, I would be open to it because nothing is holding me back anymore. You know, throw away love, those feelings are being thrown away because I'm finally over them.
Nice. Respect for sure. Yeah, it definitely comes across like a storytelling for sure of like an experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Blake, your favorite track is still No Luck, right? After playing it back a few times?
Probably No Luck, just because it, of all the tracks, that puts me in the best mood. And when I'm driving around, like it just has that like up-tempo, upbeat, Caribbean type feel to it. And then being in LA with the sun being out, it just kind of makes sense. Another track I really love too is Cashed Out. On that one, you actually reminded me a little bit of Lil Skies, like in the chorus.
Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see that. That song was funny because the original beat was more like an old school Drake with like real hi-hats, like the real like T-minus snare. So it was like way more like old school hip hop song when I first made it. And someone told me to change it more trappy. And it sounds good. I love it. But listening back to it, I almost feel like I wish I would have kept it to the original one because it was very hip hoppy instead of more trappy like it is now.
Sure. So what's your favorite track? Like, or do you even have one, to be honest?
I think I do. No Luck is definitely a good one. I think Overdue is my favorite because of what it means. Just listening to it, almost like it's like a relief that I finally made a song about, you know, washing everything away. So I would have to probably go with Overdue. Yeah, definitely Overdue would probably be my favorite because Cole Boa, he completely killed that verse too. So yeah, it's a hard song.
Nice. I'm sure, like, even just like therapeutically, again, like just being grateful to even be able to make a song like that, which shows that you even got to that point where you're just over it, right? So
yeah, because like when those, like the songs before Overdue, like when I made those songs, like I didn't know what was gonna happen. I didn't know if I was ever gonna get over this. You know, heartbreak sucks. You know, you never really know at the time what's gonna happen. But no, yeah, finally getting to that point was definitely like a relief, and it's like, okay, well then, what else am I capable of? So, so I definitely think Overdue, would be my favorite on the album.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Yeah, and I think what was great about the album for me was there wasn't any quote unquote skippable track. Yeah. Like a lot of artists I know, even like, you know, people up there with Drake will put out an album with like 30 songs on it, and I only like 7 of them or something. Whereas this, it was, I mean, obviously we listened to it very carefully because we were going to interview you, but like I genuinely liked every single track, and they all had different vibes, and none of them stood out as like, oh, he probably just threw this shit in there as a filler or anything. Like, it was very well put together. So good work on that.
Yeah, because originally the album was actually, I think it was like 11 songs, 12, and then I was like, some of these, like there was one it was called I don't remember. but it was so deep that I didn't even want, like, it was like I crossed the line almost. I had like a snippet of like my ex's voice in it and everything.
Ooh, that would have been fire though.
Honestly, for the people that have heard it, like that I've gave the file to, they were actually really upset when they found out that I didn't put it on, because they were like,
oh,
one of the best.
You might have to drop the deluxe version, bro, and like put that on.
It was honestly, you know the song Just Hold On, We're Going Home by Drake?
Yeah.
It was total vibe like that. It was like a craving, like a beat, you know? So
yeah.
I might have to drop that. I might have.
You have to drop it, bro. Please drop it. We'll do like an IG live like on our platform and just like play it. Like that'll be sick.
Yeah. I'll think about it.
All right.
Oh man. Now I'm really curious to hear what it sounds like.
Maybe I'll
you could just like, I don't know, do like a chipmunk thing on her voice or something, so we can't recognize it. Not that we even know what she sounds like to begin with.
I don't even care. I'm just more thinking she might punch me in the face. So yeah, I definitely don't want to cross.
That could be a viral moment.
It could be. That's another thing.
And another inspiration for a new track.
Yeah. We'll see. Yeah. If enough people want it, maybe I'll drop it.
Nice, man. Is there anything, we kind of throw this time to the person we're interviewing, the artist, to kind of like, is there anything else you want to touch upon? If not, like, you know, let the people know where they can obviously find and like what to look out for.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is more, I guess for the viewers that like people that also do music that might be like frustrated and not getting far and stuff. Like I remember like having like 100 followers and stuff and like wanting more so bad, and it just like would ruin like my experience of this. And I guess I want everyone to remember that like this is for fun. You're supposed to enjoy this stuff, you know what I mean? Don't like try to remember that it's for fun at the end of the day. I don't really have much more else to say other than I'll definitely have more music soon, but that's pretty much it.
Dope.
So Blair, where can they find Throwaway Files? Make sure everybody knows where to because obviously our boy Angie's going to be gone for a minute, so we got to make sure people stream those numbers up.
Yeah, for sure. And then just wanted to add to that, appreciate that advice, because I mean, even with this podcast, we're of course growing, and sometimes it's easy to beat yourself up over the numbers and like how many views this got or listens this got, but at the end of the day, we enjoy it, and we want to continue to help creatives like you have a platform and be introduced to new audiences. So if any of you guys listening are artists or aspiring producers or anything like that, definitely feel free to reach out to us and see if we can have a discussion about your journey and dreams and everything. But in terms of Audio Theory in this interview, you guys can continue to keep posted at audio-theory.com. We're on all major streaming platforms. In the description, you'll find links to Angelo's socials, so you can keep in touch with him, his new music, beats, whatever the case is. So thank you guys for tuning in. Angelo, thank you so much for joining the platform.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you, man.
It was an honor, and it's exciting I think you're the first person we came across that damn near does everything except for a podcast of your own.
Yeah. Me and Boa actually were talking about starting one, so that's funny that you said that.
Dope. For some reason, I remember him maybe mentioning something like that, but yeah, obviously, I think you have something going for yourself. It's just a matter of more people knowing about you. So
yeah. Yep. So I definitely appreciate being on here. Yeah. Thank you very much, man.
Yeah, for sure. I think Blair, you said it was a line from like Just Adams lyrics. I feel like it's not you haven't is that you haven't made it yet, is that enough people don't know about you yet, right? So I feel like once enough people get to know you, like it's only inevitable, bro. You're gonna fucking pop off to whatever that means, though. Because the music hits to like a different level, man. If you can move people to emotion like that, that means you have something special for sure.
Appreciate that, man. Big time. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome, brother. Well, good luck to you.
Yes.
Yes, sir. All right, brother.
Yep.
Peace.
All right. Peace, guys. Thanks again.